Once Upon a Time in Hollywood might turn out to be a career landmark film from one of the most exciting directors of this generation. Here's everything you need to know before you see Quentin Tarantino's newest movie. It's been nearly 4 years since Tarantino's last film, The Hateful Eight, and anticipation has been building for his next flick ever since. Things really started to heat up in the summer of 2017 when The Hollywood Reporter announced that Tarantino's next project would be a film set in Hollywood at the time of the Manson murders. The film secured distribution from Sony in the fall of 2017, and by January of 2018, Leonardo DiCaprio had signed on to work with Tarantino again on the project. The film spent the first 6 months of 2018 beefing up its cast as it headed into production. When it came time for a release date, Sony initially aimed for August 9, 2019, which would mark the 50th anniversary of Sharon Tate's murder at the hands of the Manson family. By the summer of 2018, that release date had changed to July 26th, with insiders noting a release date in July would give the film more time to play in front of summer audiences. As of early July 2019, a large number of critics and fans have yet to see the film, but we do have its initial reaction from the Cannes Film Festival to rely on in terms of its quality. After its world premiere, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood received a 6-minute standing ovation from the Cannes crowd, and reviews coming out of the festival have been largely positive. Though the ending, which Peter Bradshaw from The Guardian called startling and provocative, proved divisive, most critics were pleased with Tarantino's visual style, the replication of 1960s Hollywood, and the chemistry between first-time scene partners DiCaprio and Pitt. So while not everyone agrees, odds are this is a movie worth looking forward to. Like Inglourious Basterds and Django Unchained, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is set against a very particular historical backdrop. In both of those films, Tarantino took liberties as he saw fit in an effort to best serve his story, blowing up a whole plantation house full of slavers in Django and flat-out machine-gunning Hitler in the face in Bastards. With the press billing the film as an alternate history, fans have developed a theory that Tarantino will continue his tradition of toying with our expectations about what really happened in our own past. The film is set in 1969 Hollywood, but Tarantino didn't necessarily have to set his film in our actual 1969 Hollywood. This is conceivably a world in which Sharon Tate could survive the night she was supposed to be murdered, in which Manson could get his comeuppance, and in which Hollywood could move forward into some different version of the future. Like many Tarantino films, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood quickly ignited a degree of controversy after its premiere. At a press conference to promote the film, a New York Times journalist asked Tarantino why Margot Robbie, nominated for an Oscar for her work in I, Tonya, didn't get more dialogue in the film as Sharon Tate. The director was brief and dismissive with his reply.
Well, I just reject your hypotheses.
Robbie then stepped in to offer her own answer to the question, saying that she was able to express numerous facets of Tate in a nonverbal way.
To really show those wonderful sides of her, I think could be adequately done without speaking.
She added that it was interesting to be able to explore the character even without dialogue.
Rarely do I get an opportunity to spend so much time on my own as a character, going through a day-to-day existence.
Over his nearly 3 decades of filmmaking, Tarantino has developed a kind of stock company of frequent collaborators, and many of them returned to work with him again for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. While Margot Robbie is a first-timer, both DiCaprio and Pitt have worked with Tarantino before, Pitt in Inglourious Basterds and DiCaprio in Django Unchained. The film will mark Kurt Russell's 3rd time working with Tarantino, Bruce Dern's 2nd, Michael Madsen's 4th, and stuntwoman and actress Zoe Bell's 6th. Sadly, one frequent Tarantino collaborator apparently ended up on the cutting room floor. Tim Roth, who's appeared in 3 Tarantino features and the anthology film 4 Rooms, was cast in the film but did not appear in the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood cut shown at Cannes. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.